The town of Blackwood was no stranger to winter's icy embrace. Nestled between the towering pines and cloaked in a perpetual shroud of snow, it had seen its share of blizzards. But what came that fateful night was unlike any winter storm the townsfolk had ever known. The temperature had plummeted to an unnaturally frigid low, and the stars above were obscured by a looming, ominous mass of clouds. The townspeople went about their routines, their breath crystallizing in the icy air, unaware of the malevolent tempest that would soon descend upon them. As darkness fell, a low, haunting howl filled the air. The residents gathered by their windows, peering out into the desolation. The snowflakes that began to fall were not the delicate, crystalline structures they were accustomed to. Instead, these flakes were as sharp as glass shards, and they sliced through the air with deadly precision. Fear coursed through the town as the snowstorm intensified. People rushed to their homes, seeking refuge from the sinister blizzard. The temperature continued to drop, and the snowfall showed no signs of abating. The snowflakes became denser, swirling like a malevolent dance of spirits, obscuring all vision. The townsfolk huddled in their homes, their breath visible in the frigid air. The storm pounded against the windows and doors with relentless force, and it seemed as if the very elements were conspiring against them. The howling wind, now accompanied by eerie whispers, filled their homes with an unearthly dread. In the heart of Blackwood, a lone figure braved the tempest. A wanderer named Amelia, her face pale and her eyes gleaming with an eerie determination, walked the deserted streets. She carried an old, tattered journal, its pages filled with cryptic writings. Amelia had come to Blackwood in search of a legend, a tale passed down through generations. It spoke of a malevolent spirit, the Winter Wraith, imprisoned within the town's ancient clock tower. On this fateful night, when the snowstorm reached its peak, the legend foretold that the Winter Wraith would be set free. As she reached the base of the clock tower, the snowstorm seemed to bend to her will, parting to reveal the towering structure. The clock tower's face was obscured by layers of snow and frost, but its looming presence sent a shiver down her spine. Amelia's fingers trembled as she opened her journal, its pages filled with incantations and symbols of power. She began to chant, her words lost in the howling wind, her breath forming ethereal puffs in the frigid air. Suddenly, the clock tower's bell tolled, its deep, mournful sound resonating through the storm. It was as if the very soul of the town was responding to her incantations. The townsfolk, ensconced in their homes, heard the chilling sound and felt a sense of dread wash over them. Amelia's chants grew more desperate, and the snowstorm swirled around her, taking on a life of its own. The wind carried the whispers of the Winter Wraith, its voice a haunting melody that seemed to echo in the hearts of all who heard it. As the final incantation left Amelia's lips, the clock tower's face shattered, and a blinding light erupted from within. The Winter Wraith, a shadowy figure wreathed in icy tendrils, emerged from the ruins of the tower. Its eyes, as cold and empty as the snowstorm itself, fixated on Amelia. The town of Blackwood was plunged into chaos as the Winter Wraith unleashed its fury. It sent razor-sharp snowflakes hurtling through the streets, freezing everything they touched. Buildings crumbled under the weight of the snow, their occupants trapped inside. Amelia, her resolve unbroken, confronted the Winter Wraith. She brandished her journal, its pages now glowing with an ethereal light. The two figures locked in a battle that seemed to defy the very laws of nature. The town's fate hung in the balance as their powers clashed. As the battle raged, the townsfolk, trapped in their homes, watched in horror. They had witnessed the legend come to life, the ancient tale of the Winter Wraith and the brave wanderer who dared to challenge it. With one final incantation, Amelia banished the Winter Wraith back into the shattered remains of the clock tower. The storm began to dissipate, and the snowflakes returned to their gentle, crystalline forms. The town of Blackwood, scarred by the night's horrors, slowly began to rebuild. The legend of the Winter Wraith would be told for generations to come, a chilling reminder of the power of the supernatural and the bravery of those who dared to confront it. Amelia, forever marked by her encounter with the malevolent spirit, had become a part of Blackwood's dark history, a figure of both fear and reverence.